That dude's creeping me out. Get away from him.
Get away from him.
Nailed it.
Skills.
That was a good burp. So that's how I got into the acting of the voice. I started in Chicago at DePaul University in their conservatory acting program, which basically means I did acting from 8 in the morning till 11 at night with one academic class every Wednesday for an hour and a half. So it was like a college degree with almost no homework, unless you consider juggling class homework. I had a juggling class for a year. So we'd have to go practice juggling. We're like, we're studying. So acting is fun that way. Let's see, what else are you going to ask me? Taurus. I like long walks on the beach. I think that's it. I can open it up to you guys now for questions. Oh God, I got a burp. Okay, that was small. Yes.
How do you portray characters that have like vastly different personalities? Like 17 and Kavita are kind of cool and collected, but Dr. Stein and Shao Tucker can be kind of psychotic.
Yeah, it's all about the writing for a lot of it, and for me, I physicalize the character. So Android 17 would stand here very coolly and calm and kill you and destroy you, and then say, "Huh, that's boring." And Dr. Stein, I'm going to dissect you. So you can see how I physically change my body. As you change your body, you change what you're feeling inside. They've also, I'm a big science nerd. Sorry, you're gonna get some science stuff. But they've done studies where, it's called the bite test, where you bite a pencil this way, and you bite a pencil this way. And so it makes you facially frown, it makes you smile, facially smile, without any emotion connected to it. And when you do that way, when you smile, it lights up the pleasure centers of your brain. And when you do this, it lights up the, oh, I'm gonna get angry center of your brain. So how you use your face changes the brain chemistry. It changes how you're thinking. So that's why I saw this great alarm clock on the internet, and it's a facial recognition alarm clock, and it goes beep, beep, beep until you smile at it. So you have to start your day with a smile, like, it's like beep, 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 and you're like, right? I kind of want to get it. The other cool thing I saw on the internet, this is for the parents out there, it said, it was a board in the kitchen, and I'm going to do this with my children. If you'd like today's Wi-Fi password, here are your chores. And then it lists out the chores, and you get the Wi-Fi password after the chores are done.
That is cruel.
Like, all right, I'm totally going to do that.
That is cruel.
And then the other one I saw, this is for parents again, it said, so sorry for your mistake, 500 points. And then it listed out jobs to get the 500 points. You're on grounding till you get these points back. But it was really kind of positive ways of disciplining children. I have 8 children, so I've done a lot of parenting. Yeah, I know, it's weird. People are like, 8 children? Dear God, don't you know how that happens? I have no idea. Well, Jessica has 2 and I have 6, and my oldest is already grown and gone. So really we only have 7 combined when we have them all together. And sometimes we just keep them in boxes. That's not true.
You really put on Shao Tucker there.
Shao Tucker. I'm gonna let the dog sleep in your bed. It's terrible. Once my children are old enough to watch Full Metal. The older ones are, but there's, well, whatever, Dad, you do voice for them. No, they're not. They actually are very proud of me for doing it. They think it's cool. It's always this, when they go to school and they'll be like the first time it happened, Sebastian was like, Dad? I said you were Stein and Soul Eater, and everybody at school freaked out. And I was like, yeah, because I'm super famous and you don't respect that. Can I have some pictures? It's cool. And most recently, my youngest boy, Max, he was like, do you know the show Dragon Ball Z? I was like, yeah, you know I know that show. It's like, I know, but kids at school know it. I was like, yeah, it's popular. He was like, what are your characters? And we were Skyping, so he saw he had a paper and pencil. What are your characters? And I was like, Emperor Pilaf. And he was like, really? That's a name? I'm like, yeah, they did a lot of food names in BBC. I don't know why. It's a Japanese thing. That's so he wrote down the names and then told his friends at school, which was kind of cool. So, you know, like if I have a superpower of being super famous, I give it to my children. They get to carry it around too. And now you do too, because we're in a panel together. That's the way it works. Okay, any questions from you guys? Other questions? Yes, Michigan. I mean, I'm assuming it says Michigan. It says M-I-C-H-I, and then someone's head is covering it. It could say Michiton. No, Michigan. Okay, there it is.
What are your favorite characters in Go?
Hiei is probably my favorite character. I love all the characters, but Hiei is kind of special because I had never been to a convention before Hiei. And, you know, I was at Funimation, they were like, we're going to take you to a con. And I was like, that's awesome! What's a con? And they were like, it's a convention where people cosplay. And I was like, that's amazing! Use English. They're like, you'll see, you'll understand. I was like, great. And they're like, we'll buy your plane ticket. I was like, what? That's awesome! And they're like, and we'll put you up in a hotel room. I was like, you're kidding! They're like, no, we're serious. I'm like, okay, what's the catch? Am I gonna have to like pass out flyers? Watch my show, Yu Yu Hakusho, it's a great show. And they're like, no, Chuck, you'll be signing autographs. And I was like, oh, you're stupid. They're like, no, Chuck, you're stupid. And I'm like, I know that. So then we went to this little con, it's called Comic-Con in San Diego. Yeah, so that was one of the first ones I ever went to, and it was huge, and I was like, oh my god, this is huge. I've never seen so many Deadpools. And I was, you know, while they're like, really, you're gonna sign autographs for 4 hours? I was like, I don't think you understand how life works. No, really, it's very, very popular. And I'd never signed an autograph before in my life, and they sit me down at a table. You know, they cue the lineup away from the table, and I was like, I'm so embarrassed. I told you, there is nobody here. And they're like, no, Chuck, that is your... Because the last guy's hanging from the thing back there. And I was like, what? They're like, they're all here to see you and meet you. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And they're like, well, let's just have you sign some autographs. So they like released the line, and the first person getting up to the table was, you know, because they'd probably been in line for 7 hours, so they really had to pee, you know? And I was like, oh. And they're like, sign this thing, I love you. And I was like, okay. And so, I took out my pen, and I was like, do you want the middle name too? Cody. Let's go no middle name. All right, there you go. And then people who were like, Chuck, you're gonna have to do that quicker. Like, okay. And that's when I figured, then you start practicing like your fancy autograph signature. And so like the next 7 or 8 people, it was like, sorry. Looks better that way. And then you get your little like, this is my swishy signature down. And then I did that for 4 hours. And these people, you know, I went from like, seriously, 0 autographs ever in my life to 4 hours with Hiei. So all these people loved Hiei. They also loved Android 17 too. They weren't just Hiei fans. But some of them, you know, you get, and this happens to me maybe, usually once or twice per convention, I get some letter, it's usually handwritten from some fan who is like, you know, I was being beat up at school, my life at home was crappy, Hiei is the only thing that got me through it. I was short, people picked on me, Hiei made it better for me every day after school or whatever. So you get these letters that are kind of mind-blowing, and you're like, okay, I guess I have to accept this as me. I am the person they want to do this way. And because it's like we're surfers on top of the story. Because it's the story and characters that we love, and the voice actors get to be the sort of three-dimensional beneficiaries, I don't want to say that word today, beneficiaries of the sort of love and adulation we have for these properties, because it's a Japanese art form. They do beautiful art, and we get to participate in it, which is kind of cool. No questions yet. Hold on. You savor that moment. Tastes a bit like boogers. I'm kidding. More questions? Yes, Green On.
What is the hardest thing you've had to do in your voice acting career?
Shout Tucker, and not because everybody hates me, and trust me, everybody hates me. It's like, you know, someone will come up to the table and they're like, seriously angry at me, like, you're a jerk, and I'm like, what? They're like, you're Shout Tucker, and you deserve to die. I'm like, what? And I'm just an actor, and they're like, horrible person. I hope you rot in hell, and I'm like, you're very talkative for a 7-year-old. People hate that guy. Really don't like him at all. I mean, because, no spoilers, but he's a bad guy. But he was hard because I had to do in his Chimera form, just whisper. Mike McFarlane was like, have him just whisper. All he's going to do is whisper. And I'm like, okay, that's really hard to do. Because I'm really excited and angry. I'm so happy, I'm excited. It sounds the same when you're whispering. It's hard to differentiate. So, but whispering is also one of the hardest things you can do to your voice. So it was hard for that reason too. And it was also hard because emotionally it was hard. Because it made me laugh so much. Dog daughter. I'm kidding. People are like, oh God, it's horrible. I liked him for a minute, then he keeps talking. Any other questions? Yes.
If you were cast in a remake of Disney's Aladdin, who would you want to play?
Jafar. No. The genie. No. No, the genie. I'd totally be the genie. Would not? Yeah, I'd have to be the genie. Right? The Robin Williams?
What would that sound like?
I don't know any of the lines. What would he say? Hey, yeah, man, I'm really just so happy you're here. And now, I love your magic carpet. Yeah, keep riding on. Because he just switched from voice to voice all the time, didn't he, as the genie? Yeah. I could do this. This is something I could do. It's true, I can do different dialects all the time. Yes, more questions. Are you secretly filming this? Are you? Are you? Give it to me. Let go. Let's see what's going on up here. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty, and look, roller coaster time. Oh, he's kind of cute. There you go. Sorry. Sometimes I get distracted. No questions. We're savoring. Savoring my Red Bull.
Chuck, you want another one?
No! Oh God, yes!
Here, it's a big boy can for you too.
I'll save it for later.
I stopped at CVS for halfway over.
You're the best.
Sometimes.
And it's the sugary kind, which is good, because I don't like proper insulin production. Okay, more questions now. Yes?
I'm not sure if anybody's asking this today, but
Oh yeah, you missed the front part of the, you came in late, right? Okay, I'll give you the short version. Okay, so there was this guy in rehearsal, his name was Brad Jackson, he did the part of Youmacon, he said, hey, you should go out just for this thing called Dragon Balls. I was like, Dragon Balls?